In today's video, we get Pocket Kings, Pocket Jacks twice. Voids here, back on another video, episode 25 of the Bankroll Challenge. Today, our starting bankroll is 136.86. Thanks to NL2, buying for a typical 4 chips on ClubWPT Gold. Putting our current bankroll right there at 132.86. I'm looking down at Pocket Kings for the very first hand. I raise it up and I get a 3-bet right here, which I absolutely love to see. Looks like we got get a couple of callers as well. And you know me, I can't let a little 3-bet slide, especially to that amount. I'm gonna raise up the stakes right here. Hopefully, I'll scare him away. I'm gonna go about 3 times his 3-bet. I'm gonna go about 0.50 chips. It's not the obviously it's big, but it's not the biggest. Now we're gonna be into a 4-bet pot. Hopefully, we get the first guy a fold and the second guy a fold too. So I don't really get any action. Maybe that was a little bit too ambitious right there with the 4-bet with my pocket kings. But hopefully that's not going to be the tail of the tape for this table. I have pocket jacks right here, my favorite hand on poker, as you guys know, especially at the moment right here. I'm going to raise it up 0.08 chips. We're going to get multiple callers. And just a little quick insight on this gameplay right here and today is probably my worst poker results I have so far. Um, Pretty bloody, pretty. It's one of those sessions that makes you contemplate. And should I really be doing this? But we're gonna go multi with the flop of queen 4-10. Obviously, I don't love a queen being there, but I'm gonna bet pretty big and hopefully anything else besides a queen folds, and hopefully I can take it down right here, which I go 0.20 chips. And this is gonna do the work when mostly everyone folds except one person, so like he easily have a queen. I was hoping, I get everyone to fold and maybe a queen will call. Now with a 10 on the turn right here, I'm gonna bet big again, 0.30 chips, and obviously he has a queen. He's probably gonna put in the call, but instead he goes for a re-raise all in. And I have no choice but to fold this one. It'd be kind of crazy to call it. So that's what I do. I fold. Obviously, maybe he has some type of 10, or maybe he has maybe he just has a queen, But I like to think that was a good fold. And next right here, I'm playing 8-6 offsuit. Obviously, horrible starting hand, especially given as offsuit. But I'm in the big blind. It works his way around to me, and I'm gonna raise it up. See if I could get them to fold right here. Just take down some dead chips in the middle. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen when they both put in the call, which is kind of interesting. What would they be limping in and then put in a decently sized call right there? Boss gonna come 5 Jack King. And I'm gonna keep the aggression going. Just say that I have a king. Maybe I even have a king jack right here when I go 0.16 chips. The button decides to call, and the other guy decides to jam all in. So my thought process, seeing if I can take this down, defend my big blind, represents like I have a monster, definitely did not work. And a couple of hands where we got some people shoving all in, just makes the table kind of hard to read at this point. What could they possibly be shoving all in? Maybe he does have King Jack, but then why would he limp in? Maybe he has some type of diamonds in his hand? I don't know, and we'll never know because I never reveal his hand. Cause I just wanted to move on. But after that, I'm looking down at King Jack offsuit right here. I raise it to 0.06 chips. My typical starting raise. We get 3 callers on a flop of 7 ace ace. Obviously, I don't really love this, but I can easily have an ace in my hand. But I decided to play this one slow. I decided to check it to see what the button and small button gonna do. Let's say it's gonna check through. And now the queen of hearts right here brings in a straight draw, brings in some type of flush draws as well, if any hearts. The small blind, I'm sorry, is gonna decide to lead down. I'm gonna call just to see what's gonna happen on the river, which is a 8 of diamonds. Doesn't brew me. I'm sitting here with king high, and he decides to check it. And I'm just gonna check it back, see what he does. And he had the ace that I was thinking about representing, so I definitely wasn't gonna win that one. I couldn't bluff him out of anything. I don't believe I can go all in. He was probably gonna call. So good thing I just decided to check that river. But now I'm looking at ace 5 right here in the button. I decided to raise it up to 0.06 chips. And the small blind 3 bets me. So kind of scary. I'm going to put in the call just to see the run out right here. the flop line comes 6-4-7, and I'm gonna lead out right here since I'm one away from a straight. I bet he calls, and the three gives me the straight right here, so I should probably have best sound. Play this one a little slow and decide to check it over. And now right here, I didn't really love to see the two clubs on the river. Obviously, if he just has a five, he has a straight as well. But I don't think he really has that, so I'm gonna go 0.20 chips. I think he'll call this with any type of overpairs or anything like that, but he automatically folds. So I think he was trying to do what I was trying to do earlier and just take it down pre-flop. But our next playable hand we are looking at is pocket nines right here. I'm gonna raise it up since this works his way around to me. I'm gonna raise up kind of big, 0.10 chips. Hopefully, get everyone that limped in out of the way. That's my thought process when I go kind of big. We get at least one caller, so hopefully, just that one will be fine. But he doesn't really put many raises in, and he puts a lot of chips in the middle, so he can easily have a decently good hand. The button also puts on the call as well. A fox gonna come queen 5-4 with two clubs. Obviously, my pair of nines right here could be ahead every once in a while, so that's why I'm gonna bet with 0.17 chips right here, and hopefully they don't have queens. And we take that one down right there. So I'm guessing they didn't have any queens, and my sizing bet worked perfectly. But after that one, we're looking at Queen Jack, King Jack again. I'm sorry about that one. I'm in the small blind, and looks like this table likes to limp around, so it's kind of hard to put them in exactly what type of hands they could be on. Usually they'll be raising a lot of hands, like if they have like King Jack, Queen Jack, Queen 10 even. So it's kind of hard, a little odd just to see what they're doing. Maybe they have some type of suited connectors, but they can't all have suited connectors, right? So I'm gonna go kind of big again. I'm gonna go 0.10 chips. I want to punish them limping and get like most of these people to fold out. That's my thought process when I do this. But this table just doesn't seem like they're willing to fold like those bad to mediocre hands pre-flop, especially if they limping in. And now the Fox and come 8-8 king. So like I said, they shouldn't really have any high kings. They shouldn't have king queen by limping in. They obviously shouldn't have ace king right here. He decides to lead out right there with 0.26 chips, and like I said, I might be ahead with my kings right here. So I'm gonna put in the call. Now with a three of hearts on the turn, he decides to lead out again. And the other guy decides to shove all in. So what could he possibly have shoving all in? Maybe he has some type of heart draw. Maybe he has some type of king five. So I'm gonna shove all in too. And the other guy shoves all in, and he had 8-5. Really, 8-5. At least I was able to put the guy on a king with a somewhat weak kicker, even though 10's not really a weak kicker that I would necessarily limp in with. But I'm pretty sure my pre-flop bet should have had 8-5 to fold right there, but that's the beginning of the spiral. I'm not gonna lie, you guys can see my gameplay coming up right here. I have pocket jack still. I raise it up pre-flop. I get a caller. Flop's gonna come four queen king. I raise it up again and I take it down after post flop. Like I said, after that all in hand, I had to switch tables. I updated my current bankroll right there, 130.86. Like I said, this is kind of a short video, as you guys can tell. Not the best for me, obviously, but hopefully turning around right here with ace four, Fox income, ace seven jack. I could easily have ace jack in my range. I could obviously I have top pair right here. I'm gonna continue the aggression right here. 0.06 chips. I get a caller. Now the 10 on the turn. I can easily have ace 10. I can easily have ace jack. That's what I'm gonna represent. I go 0.14 chips right, and he takes a while to think about it. Maybe he has some type of hearts in his hand. Maybe he has some type of pocket sixes or something like that. And he decides to fold. So I take two hands down on this new table so far. It looks like maybe I shook off that bad juju. But now I have pocket tens. I'm gonna three bet this one to 0.24 chips, about four times the initial bet. We get three callers. And the Fox income 8 king 7. Like I said, I wasn't really using my brain at the moment, to be honest with you. I'm gonna shove all in and hope to God he doesn't have a king and he doesn't think about it too long. He snap calls and he has King Jack go for a good run out one time, and I don't hit anything right there. So I punted that rebuy, and I do what I usually never do. I rebought again for another 2 chips. Hopefully, I can get something here going. Hand right after that one, I have pocket eights. I updated the current bankroll at 128.86 in the top right. I get 3-bet again, kind of small. So, like I said, I'm just hoping I can have a good run out for once. I can win one of these all ins, to be honest with you guys. Can't really believe my luck. Obviously, that's why I rebuy, so there's no way my luck is going to continue this bad. And I'm putting the call right here. And it makes its way around to me as long as no one 4 bets it. But I put in the call, hopefully, see an 8. I don't, but I see 2 6s and a 5 right here on the flop, which is pretty good. If he has something like ace king, ace queen, ace jack, I'm obviously ahead. And I kind of like him when he leaves out right there. Maybe he's just trying to take it down right here. So I'm going to put in the call one time. And now the 9 of spades comes on the board. Like I said, I can easily be ahead right here. He bets again. And I'm going to shove. I have a bunch of outs. I have second pair on the board. I have a 7 for a straight. I shove all in. He doesn't think about it too long. And he has pocket aces. So I just punted away back to
Just
back.
subtracted from today's profit. And there's no money in here.
So I ran to pocket aces right there. I lost it all in with 8-5 off 8-5 suited. I lost to King Jack. Obviously today wasn't my day. It's one of those sessions where you just gotta think long and hard, look at yourself in the mirror, like what am I doing right now in my life? But this is not gonna deter me. Like I said, in the moment, like I really just want to get my laptop, throw it out the window and never open this application again, never open this website again. But I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep the grind going. I made myself a goal to see how big I can win my bankroll and how much I can continue moving up in stakes and all that and bring you guys along for the journey. But giving the end of the recap right here, I came in today with a whopping 136.86 bankroll. We obviously bought in 3 times for a maximum of 8 whole chips, and I lost it all right there as the session result shows a big fat negative 8.00. So leaving us with our ending stack at 128.86, kind of just punted a bunch of our profits away. Not really the smartest, like I said, I wasn't using my head and everything, but I want to be real and authentic to you guys and show you guys it's not all sunshine and rainbows that you guys see the rain on my screen. But thank you so much for watching. Make it to the end of this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and see you on the next one.